Hello everyone. In the first two videos of the series, I talked about some theories related to Game GUI and Unity GUI in general and gave you a brief overview of the topics that are going to be covered in this video tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to talk about canvas. Canvases are important because any GUI element in your scene is or should be the child of a given canvas in your scene. The canvas, along with the event system, controls all the UI interaction in the scene. To spawn or add a canvas into your scene, you can either right click inside your hierarchy window and then go to the UI tab and create a canvas, or you can do the same thing by going over your game object tab, then UI, and then canvas. So this was the first step. And if you are directly adding any UI element to your scene, for example, if you just want to add a button, and if there are no canvases present in the scene, when you will add the button, Unity will by itself add a canvas, make the button a child of that canvas, and it will also add an event system game object. In the second video of this series, I have given a brief overview of the interaction between the canvas, raycaster, event system, and the input module, and how these elements interact with each other. There you will also learn why we need to have the UI elements as a child of canvas and why we always need an event system in the scene. However, you should keep in mind that this understanding is not necessary to making great GUI elements, and only if you want to make very advanced codes and add very advanced functionality to your GUI, that you will need that understanding. Now coming to our canvas game object, we will one by one go over all the components attached to our canvas and then explain all the options that are available to us and the default settings that Unity gives us. The first component of every canvas is the rect transform. It is used to control the position, rotation and scale of your canvas. However, you will see that all the values are grayed out right now because the rect transform it is contextual. When we will explore all the three render modes of the canvas, we will see how the rect transform is used differently in all those three render modes. Our second component is the canvas component, from where we can control the render mode of the canvas. In this mode, your whole canvas expands or scales and fills up your whole screen. So whatever the screen size or resolution be, your canvas will occupy the whole screen, and your UI elements inside that canvas would be then placed uh, in relation to how the canvas has expanded or scaled, and you can control this scaling using the canvas scaler component. In this mode, the rect transform applied to the canvas, attached to the canvas, is completely grayed out so that you can't control any of the rect transform attributes attached to this canvas, because these values are controlled by the engine itself. It will place your canvas such that it is directly applied to the screen. You can only change the Z value of the canvas, you can't move it in the X and Y values, and even changing the position in Z won't affect how your canvas is layered. You can imagine this render mode to be like this is your canvas object and there is an orthographic camera uh, here somewhere in front of your canvas, and that orthographic camera is used to render that canvas directly on top of the screen and filling the whole screen. However, if you want to have a perspective camera, if you don't like the orthographic view, for example, if you were now going to rotate the button, you can see the rotation is the orthographic rotation. You can't uh, see the perspective effect when your GUI elements are rotated. So if you want that effect and more control over how your canvas is rendered, you can use the second render mode, which is screen space camera. In the screen space camera mode, Unity will place your canvas right in front of the camera that you have supplied here. So here for example I have supplied it the main camera, and now Unity will place the canvas in front of the main camera, and you can control how far the canvas is placed in front of the camera by using the plane distance. So I can move it farther from my main camera, as you can see in the scene view. However, even in this mode, the canvas is placed such that the whole canvas is uh, directly applied to the whole screen, so that you can't have some portions of the canvas visible on the screen and some not. The canvas is still not a complete 3D object that you can move freely. So Unity, you can only control the distance of the canvas from this camera, and then that camera will draw that canvas in front of everything on your game screen. However, since this rendering is done using a camera, you can change the properties inside the camera, and that changes would affect on how the canvas is drawn. So for example, my this camera, which is also used as the render camera for my canvas, this camera is perspective instead of the default orthographic camera. So now when I am going to rotate my button, the rotation, and you can see the perspective effect. Let's let's make this button little bit bigger so you can see the perspective effect, and also change the text size. Right, now if I'm going to go and rotate the button, you can see the nice perspective effect in the way that button or any GUI element is shown on the screen. This effect is you can see this effect in the UI of No Man's Sky, where the health and other things are shown in this effect at the corner of the screen. The last canvas render mode is the world space render mode. In the world space render mode, your canvas is now a full-fledged 3D object, and how your canvas looks on the screen will depend completely on where it is placed in the scene, and on its rotation, scale, etc. So in this case, let's move our camera canvas near to the camera, and you can see how the main camera is rendering the canvas just like it would have done to any other 3D objects. And you can also see that the whole rect transform of that canvas is now exposed to us, so we can change the position, rotation, and scaling of our canvas. But in this mode, you will also see that the size of the canvas is same as the pixel size of our canvas as in our previous screen space overlay mode. So this width of 1126 and height of 504 in the 3D space would be 1100 units, 1126 units. So in respect to other 3D objects in your scene, your canvas would be very huge. To control that, you will have to use scaling to scale the canvas back to scale which is more suitable for your other 3D objects in the scene. Since uh, these two modes, the screen space overlay and your camera mode, any screen space UI is not suitable for VR application. So the world space canvas is your only solution for UI if you are making games for VR or AR. So the world space canvas is really helpful in those cases. And some parameters in this render mode are the event camera, which will feed uh, the click or touch events to that canvas, because if you are making games for VR, then the event system and the input module also changes in many cases, so you will have to supply your separate event camera, which in most of the cases is your main camera. And the sorting layer and the order in layer control the layering of these world space canvases.